Welcome back, Guardians. In the last report, we discussed the story of Jacob Hardy, an individual who piloted the Ares 1, a magnanimous effort by humanity to reach out to the traveler on Mars. But today, we need to discuss the XOs, their individual characteristics, and who they are beyond simple war machines. With all hopes, this report intends to do just that. Built for a long forgotten struggle, XOs are self-aware war machines so advanced that nothing short of a ghost can understand their inner functions. They remain ciphers, even to themselves, their origins and purpose lost to time. Whoever built the XOs fashioned them in humanity's image, gifting them with diversity of mind and body. Many of the city's XO citizens live and work alongside their organic brethren, but others fight again, reforged in the light of the traveler to serve as guardians. XOs are often described as humanity's machine children, built for a warlike purpose, perhaps in defense of something. Perhaps the Golden Age was not as peaceful as we once thought. XOs, however, seem to have a predecessor, the battle frames. To better explain the origins of the XOs, we have to take a look at the frames, currently the closest representation we have to the current XOs. Frames are the simple automata of the city. Although not equipped with true general sentience, they are nevertheless useful for cleaning, maintenance, and several tasks. Frames do have the ability to learn, and many have developed quirks of personality and behavior over long lifespans. Frames also saw heavy use in the Battle of Twilight Gap, as Lord Shaxx used his last remaining battle frames to force a contingency of fallen out of the city. The frames ultimately proved their worth to the city and to their individual handlers, but at great cost. Only one of Shaxx's frames remain, Archite 9940, who handles crucible weaponry to be requisitioned by Guardians. Whether or not frames came before XOs or frames were built after XOs appeared in the city is still currently unknown. What we do know is that XOs are predominantly human-like, carry individual personalities, characteristics, and memories that are strikingly mortal. I had an opportunity to reach out to an individual XO on the matter of his existence, and this is a portion of that conversation, which in the end is just a matter of substrate chauvinism. It doesn't matter if the system thinks with flesh or a superconductor or topological braids in doped metallic hydrogen, as long as the logic is the same, and our logic is the same, yours and mine. If I am a machine, then so are you. If you are not a machine, then neither am I. XO minds are human. It is incontrovertible. You understand. I'm going to take that slack-jawed stare as understanding. Now here's the real question. Why are XO minds human? What's the design imperative? Why does a war machine? Yes, absolutely. I am a war machine built by human hands, and you are a survival machine built by the engine of evolution. Don't interrupt me. You know what I smell on you? I smell the stink of anthropocentrism. I think that you think there's only one way to think. That's why the XO mind is so human, you presume, because all higher thought converges. My friend, you should meet the Vex. There was nothing human in them. Now, this is what I believe happened, back in the time before any XO can remember. It explains everything. I think someone wanted to live forever. While this XO is slightly more abrasive than other XOs I've encountered, he does explain the process of human thought when applied to creation. Humanity wished to build something in its own image, or were pressed to build something stronger, a stronger version of themselves, perhaps, which is the reason XOs are undoubtedly human. But the question remains, why were they given human emotions, a human thought process? To be honest, I cannot answer these questions without conjecture or potential theory, which will be addressed in another report later this week, outlining the Vex biological mind forking, and the potential origins of all machine life, including the XOs. But to continue our discussion on the XOs, we should explain what we do know. We know they dream. We know roughly when they first achieved sentient thought. And thankfully, we know they are allied with us, the city, and humanity. Further reports on the XOs attempting to delve back into their memory systems have been fruitful. One XO attempting to recreate what the Warlock Thantonauts or Death's Explorers have been recently attempting pushed himself to receive some of his ancient, I'll bet, broken memories. His memories range from piloting a crashing ship. We are falling into the world. Everyone is on fire. There's a ship above us, but it's coming apart just like a flower. Alloy and fusion flash, pierced through and through. The voice says atmospheric interference. Trajectory nominal. Rapid 2-3, you are outside the window. I think I am the voice. I can see the whole earth below me, and the sky we are falling out of is black without stars. Continuing to push himself to the brink of lifelessness, we are on ice. This is elsewhere and elsewhen. There is a mighty aurora, and it is reflected in the ice, so I walk between two fires, although the one below is cracked and full of corpses. I have, and I am, a weapon. Up in the sky, there is a hole in Jupiter, and it tears at me when I look at it. It tears at me. It is hungry. Maybe the hole is not in Jupiter, but in me. The Exo saw something from his past he cannot explain. Perhaps his battles led him to these planets in the far reaches of the Sol system, or he was fighting to bring peace to a yet untamed region. All of these things remain unexplainable and equally perplexing in their engagement. Another question arises when examining the Exo existence. Do Exos dream? This question is at the heart of what it is to be human. We as humans, of course, dream. We believe we have a soul and some form of higher purpose. But do our creations have the same types of dreams? A subconscious attempting to reach out to solve reality's problems, make us face reality's horrors, all from the comfort of our mind. Some Exos recall the deep stone crypt, which can allude to when and where they were born, or at least where the first Exo consciousness was revealed. Here is the report from the Exo on the deep stone crypt and those dreams. This is the tower where we were born. Not the tower, just a tower in a dream. The tower stands on black plain. Behind the tower is a notch in the mountains where the sun sets. The teeth of the mountain cut the sun into fractal shapes, and the light that comes down at everything evening paints synapse shapes on the ground. Usually, it's evening when we come. The ground is fertile. This is good land. We go to the tower in dreams, but that doesn't mean it's not real. Some of us go to the tower in peace. They walk through a field of golden millet, and a low, warm wind blows in their back. I don't know why this is, because the rest of us meet an army. You can ask the others about the deep stone crypt, and they'll tell you about the army. They might confess one truth, which is this: we have to kill the army to get to the tower. Usually this starts bare-handed, and somewhere along the way you take a weapon. Ask again, and if they're buzzed, they might also admit that most of us don't make it to the tower, except once or twice. None of them will tell you that the army is made of everyone we meet, the people we work with, and the people we see in the street, and the people we tell about our dreams. We kill them all. I think this is because we are made to kill, and this is part of us that thinks about nothing else. Often, I kill people I don't know, but like most of us, I think I knew them once, in a time before one reset or another, when my mind was younger and less terribly scarred. So that is how we go back to the Deep Stone Crypt, where we were born. Was the Deep Stone Crypt a rebellion of the Exos from human enslavement, or is it a metaphor for true freedom in battle? Unfortunately, these questions I don't yet have the answer to. We know the Exos are war machines, capable of great feats of strength, whether in battle or in sacrifice, but their origins are lost to us. They may be humanity's machine children, but they are our equal, if not our superior. Whether or not this was their intended purpose matters not at this point. The fate of humanity, its machine children, and the Awoken are all tied as one under the dimming light of the Traveler. The Exos that stand with us now are our brothers and sisters, reforged together in the light, and for all intents and purposes, they are human. They are us, young, scarred, yet somehow they remain hopeful. Hopeful that one day their past will be revealed to them. Until then, they stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder with us, in battle to retake the Sol system. May they never perish.